Leg day? Leg day. Hello, everybody. You might be wondering, who the hell is this guy? It's me. Yep, that's right. Either way though, this is, I guess, an intro. Because people said I needed that. You know, that was one of the main complaints about last video, that there was no intro. So, I guess this will be an intro. Today, we got legs, we got pain, and we got questioning life decisions. How's that angle? Is it good? Is it dog shit? I don't know. We'll see. But this little guy right here, fantastic machine. Now, some of you might say, calves? As a beginner? Starting calves on a leg day? That's a little crazy. I wouldn't say so. I would say calves are probably the best starter for a leg day. Especially if you're gonna do squats. I'm not doing squats today, we're doing RDLs today. And I don't like to do both of them together, but we're doing RDLs, so no squats. But, that said, these do also just, in general, get my legs feeling pretty nice, pretty exquisite. Is that a word? Yeah, that's probably a word. Anyways, I haven't warmed up. I feel like shit. Let's get into it. Just quick little warm up, nothing major. Boom. Our warm up is done. Anyways, yeah, we're ego lifting today. We are ego lifting today. We're gonna do probably 2 sets of this, and then one, maybe 2 sets. I haven't really decided. Maybe 2 sets of seated calf raises. You might say too much. I think perfect. God, that sucked. Either way though, I think we move on. We're gonna go do seated calf raises now. There's also a way cooler movement than the standing one. Not by a lot, but by a bit. Or at least I would say so. I do think standing calf raises are better in general if you can only do one. That said though, if you have the time and, can be bothered to do both variations, I do think there is value in doing both. But for now, we're gonna do 1 set here, and probably not another one. Whew. Yeah, that is kind of a killer right there. That's kind of a killer. Yeah, bring you guys over here. Maybe show you a little bit of a sneak peek. At least what the calves are looking like. A little sneak peek at the calves. Never hurt nobody. Look at that, shaven and beautiful. I think it is time for some Smith RDLs with a belt and straps. Because, you know, who doesn't like to be belted? So, we have worked our way up. We have warmed up. We're good to go. I would usually go a bit heavier than this. 2 plates. Well, this is 2 plates. I would usually go 2.5, maybe sometimes if I'm feeling a little freaky, 3. But I think this will be fine. I think this will be fine. We're going to belt up. We can go a little tighter than that. There we go. If you're wondering why I'm using a belt, maybe maybe you're not much into the gym or something like that, but you're seeing this. It is because the belt helps me, keep a little bit of strain off my lower back, and that lets me focus a little more into the hamstrings, which is ultimately the goal of this movement. Either way though, let's get this started. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's not coming up. We're gonna cheat a little. Do a little bit of that. Whew. Oh yeah. That is insane. Either way, oh my lord. I'm going to rest up. I'll see you for the next set. After, talking to my tech crew, let's call them that. They said that this mic is better than headphone mic, so we're gonna keep the shitty little mic. Either way though, I looked at the last set. Ooh, that angle is atrocious. Hopefully this one is a bit better, but we shall see. Can't really see until afterwards, but I can kind of see it in the mirror here. Looks a little better. Either way though, it's time for a set.
Recognize sucker.
One more. Okay, never mind. Never mind. That's not happening. That was a bit heavy. But, I'll blame that on being low carb. Either way though, I think that's probably enough of RDLs. Instead, we're going to focus up a little more on some isolation exercises. So, after some thoughts, some ideas, and some worse ideas, we have considered and we have decided a leg press. Leg press? I don't actually know, because leg press is like the other machine over there. I don't know if this one's called like something specific or if it's just called a leg press or like some variation of a leg press, but Either way though, we're gonna do a slightly wider stance here, and we're gonna go out. And we're just gonna try to blast our quads and overall legs as much as we can. Oh yeah, that is tough. That is tough. Yeah, feeling my quads after that one. To be fair, I was already starting to feel them a little bit. Well, not really, but like, you know, I felt them, but they weren't getting pumped yet. But with this, I think one more set of this will be good. Yeah. Going slow and controlled like that is obviously, it's a bit harder. Especially if you're like actually focusing on, you know, hitting the right stuff. It can take a lot more out of you than really pumping like that first set. I don't know if you guys can see that, but my quad is starting to pop out a bit here and it's feeling pretty pumped. So we are going to head over back inside over there, and we're gonna do probably just one of leg extensions and one laying hamstring curl, and then we're probably done. Probably, but no, probably definitely. Either way, see you in a moment. All right, so basically, boom, bang, boom, bang. That's what we're gonna do. One set, one set, one set, one set. Okay, that's not happening. I'm gonna catch my breath, and then I'll meet you guys downstairs. It is time to reveal the leg pump. Let's see what the legs are looking like. I'd say those are some pretty decent bicycle quads right there. Calves are not bad either. Obviously they're pretty much unpumped by now. Let's see, is it better? This better, or is this worse? I can't really tell, but zoom in a bit right there. Lighting could be better. Lighting could definitely be a little better. Overall pump is kind of schnasty, I must say. Man, I really need to fix that lighting. How does that look? Good? Bad? I don't know. Either way though, I am most certainly happy with this pump. Mainly because I was not expecting today's workout to be half as good as it is, or half as good as it was, I should say. Yeah, I am happy with that. I know you guys can't really tell. Well, maybe you can, but from my POV, my legs are juicy right now. They're also just very nicely pumped, you know. I can still walk. I wish I hadn't delayed looking at the pump as much as I had, or as much as I did. But overall though, hamstring is, I don't know if you can see that, but popping out a little bit here. Calves are feeling a bit soft, but still good. And quads are feeling pumped. So, all in all, yeah, definitely happy with that. Either way though, I am going to clean up the mess I made. Okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna go put away the weights that put away. There was one set of weights that I didn't put away. So I'm gonna go put away those. And yeah, let me just go home, hop in the car, go home. I'll probably stop and grab some chicken on the way. I think that'll be a pretty good day. Either way though, thank you for watching.